Thanks for listening to the AZ12 podcast. I'm your host, Mike Luke, joined by Jason Scheer and the great Bruce Pascoe. Now, Bruce, many people think that Jason Scheer is my best, the person I look up to most in the media. They are wrong. It is Bruce Pascoe.
It's Bruce.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
Bruce, you're a modern day Robert Redford.
You guys are good.
Yeah. All right, Bruce, where are you coming to us live from again? We already got 100 lives for Bruce. Where are you coming to us live from?
Outside the Kansas City airport. About to drive to Manhattan, and as soon as we get done, actually.
All right. So
is it snowing there?
No, it's literally supposed to start at midnight. So I might actually get out of the press conference and just leave and make sure I get back before the storm hits, and then right here back at the airport hotel, because I don't want to get stuck, obviously.
Okay, Bruce, talk a little bit about what are you looking for from the Arizona Wildcats this game, but more importantly, how many untuckets did you bring with you? You and I both like untuckets.
Well, there's only one game, Mike, so I got one on this trip.
Yeah. But what are you looking for in this game, Bruce? You got Arizona ranked, 18, if I'm not mistaken?
I think I had them. It might have been. It was 16, 15, 16, 17, something in that range. I don't have it in front of me. But, yeah, it was – they were in a group, and you kind of scrub them out. And, it's weird. A lot of people ask me, why is the analytics number so much better for Arizona, especially earlier in the year? There was a huge difference. But as a poll voter, you're supposed to look backwards more than forwards. That's the big difference. And so therefore you kind of have to incorporate Arizona's November and that UCLA game and everything you do, even though they're probably a top 10 team the way they're playing right now. They're just their resume as a whole is not quite that.
Sure.
So,
Bruce, tonight, Bruce, with Kansas State, what type of environment, what type of game are you kind of expecting?
Yeah, well, it's interesting because it's one of those deals. I mean, their attendance hasn't been that great, but obviously it was really good for Kansas the other day, and that was a Saturday. But this is a Tuesday night, and it seems like, and I remember Oregon State used to have this problem. Sometimes those games in the middle of the week that aren't in major metro areas don't draw as well. A lot of the fans who live in Topeka or Kansas City or Wichita, they may not bother making that drive, especially because there's snow coming in tonight. So I don't know. Actually, I think the students will be up for it. It seems like there's been a more energy around this team because they've won 5 in a row now and all that. So it should be pretty good, but I don't think it's going to be epic or anything like that. I mean, I'm guessing it'll be halfway between the crowd they faced at Texas Tech, which was really good, and then the one at Oklahoma State, which was terrible. And, probably be somewhere in the middle of that. But this team, obviously K-State has a lot of momentum though, and a style of play. I think they're physical and they're a little bit slower tempoed, and, they work the ball around a lot. I think it'll be an interesting game. It's going to be a tough matchup for Arizona.
Bruce, can you see the comments on the side? Can you see those?
No, I don't.
Oh,
I
can
see.
you?
Private. I do. Okay.
No,
yeah.
Not private. Click just the comments. You should be able to see comments.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, we got a lot of questions here about Bruce. All right, the first one, Bruce, is: are you a neck pillow on the airplane guy? That's a great question.
Why would anybody care about that? But no, I don't know about you guys, but I can't sleep on airplanes no matter what. I've tried all kinds of those regular pillows. And then I bought one that wraps around your neck or something, and just there's no way. I mean,
What about when you went to the Middle East? When you got your ticket in Qatar, did you? Were you?
Yeah. You were awake that whole flight?
No, well that one. Yeah, I mean, I kind of dozed a little bit because it was 14 hours. But yeah, but no, generally just kind of suffer and then sleep really well the next day if you can. And actually, I find it actually helps with jet lag if you just blow it open and don't sleep for 28 hours or whatever. And then by the time you get to sleep, your body doesn't even know what time zone it is anyway. So what the heck, and kind of helps. Cause that whole Middle East trip was literally a huge, I mean, it was I think it was 9 hours and then 11 in the UAE. But after 2 days, it seemed fine to me because I was all out of whack anyway.
All right, Bruce, I got a question for you. Oh, we got a $1.99 super snap. Bruce, you're getting us paid from Jeremiah Dibble. Back the Bruce. Yes, we like that. Bruce, you have no idea. That. You have no idea the following that you have on this show. It's amazing. People love Bruce Pascoe. The
Either that or y'all making fun of me, but I appreciate that.
Bruce, what's the best you all these environments are new. I haven't been to a Big 12 road trip yet. What's the best environment you've seen so far?
I would say probably Texas Tech, actually. Yeah, and I think that actually was a factor why they lost there. Because it was not only full, but it was big. It was like an NBA-sized arena, and it just feels bigger. When I looked it up, I was surprised it was only 15. It wasn't that. Well, actually, I stopped, Jason. Actually, BYU was probably even better than that. That place is unbelievable, and but both of those were really good, and just. 15, I think it was BYU was closer to 17 or whatever it was. And just, everybody's wearing the colors, everybody's loud, even though there's no alcohol at BYU, it was still a pretty loud crowd, and they're all clutching those cougar tail donuts or whatever. And I don't know how they do it. Yeah. So they were both really good. And, but I think, as a whole, there's probably a lot more better overall environments than the Pac-12. And we kind of knew that going in that they'd be facing that.
All right, I'm going to read some of these comments, Bruce, and then I want to get your take on some of these environments. Frank Lottie, tell Bruce that I really appreciate his coverage and I love his interactions with Tommy. Yes, we agree. Bruce, the GOAT. Bruce, let's see here. I appreciate. Yes, this is so true. Zona Tucson. I appreciate Bruce asking the questions that nobody else has to ask, that nobody else asks, and that's mainly because that's how Bruce is an old-fashioned journalist. You came up with Jerry Tarkanian. When Bruce was younger than me, he was covering Jerry Tarkanian. So Bruce, I mean, Bruce.
Yes. I'm old. Yeah, I know. No, that's not always true. Jason, a lot of times Jason will ask something and I'll be like, okay, yeah, I was just going to ask that, or I'm glad he asked it or whatever. And, I don't think I'm the only one, but I think, I think it's, I kind of do have to kind of cover the news, and it's not always pleasant. And, like Trey Townsend the other day, it's like Tommy Lloyd says on Friday, hey, there's no changes. Then he doesn't even show up for the game. And it's like, okay, so I had to ask him what changed, in other words, why did you say that? And that's not a comfortable deal. And it is possible, he said, maybe things changed after that on Friday and the medical thing, but you heard him, Jason, you were there. He said something like, the medical stuff is beyond me, and maybe it is, but that, there's some little weird things, but I think overall, Tommy and Lloyd knows all of us really are doing a job, and he has a big picture about all this stuff. And so that makes it actually a little bit easier. Whereas, in the past, as you guys know, you'd ask, Sean Miller some things that weren't so pleasant, and that could be really, I
was going to say, what's it like? Let me ask you this, Bruce. What's it like covering Tommy Lloyd? Because I like your guys' interactions. I think that I think it's a fun pairing. What do you think about covering Tommy Lloyd?
I mean, I would say he's probably the easiest guy I've ever had to cover. He's obviously very genuine. There's just, even if it is kind of a hard question situation, it's, he usually is expecting it and handles it professionally. And, I remember one of his first years, even I think maybe it was the first year, there was when I'm forgetting the guy's name, basically got kicked off the team.
Aiken?
Elliot Pitts.
No, the transfer from Eastern Washington, Aiken.
Yeah, Kim Aiken. Yeah.
And it was at Utah, and I asked about it, and the compliance guy was there, and I had to ask about it in the press conference, and Tommy basically was told not to say anything. It was kind of awkward. And then after the press conference, he came to me, said, hey, I understand or whatever. And, it's just a situation where you just can't say anything. And, I appreciate that, because that way I know where he's coming from, as opposed to just shutting it down 100% and saying, I'm not telling you anything. And, that was a pretty extreme situation for him anyway. And the other thing, and that speaks to the other thing about this team, is he's generally, you never know going forward, but generally the guys he's recruited aren't guys that get into trouble. They're generally good guys. That reflects well on him, and frankly makes it a little bit easier to cover the team as well. Whereas, before that's not always the case. Sometimes the guy, especially you can get all kinds of guys like that, so it's been easy that way. I think the only thing is sometimes, I will say this about Sean Miller. You'd say sometimes he could be really hard to deal with, but also he was very good communicator. He never wasted a word. There was no ums or ahs or anything, and he would be to the point and very direct. And sometimes when he was negative, he'd be very quotable. And sometimes with Tommy Lloyd, it's more general stuff, which is
right.
And maybe not there. I mean, you guys may remember the whole, the way Miller one time went into that. We got a cross body block and do all this stuff, and he was basically ripping the refs without ripping them, and it was brilliant, and that's right. The kind of stuff that's very quotable and kind of fun to write about. And so I missed that in that aspect, but overall, there's no question that Tommy Lloyd's an easy guy to deal with.
Sure.
Bruce, people don't know this, but you covered UNLV during Tark, right?
Just the last couple of years, yeah. I started in Las Vegas was my first job, and I was actually covering AAA baseball, and the guy who was going to cover the Rebels got a job at the Denver Post, and nobody else on the staff wanted to cover them because they were always getting in trouble. Right. You always had the courts and cops and all that, but I had done all that stuff as like an intern, and so it wasn't like a big deal, although it was, pretty stressful. And that may, and maybe that speaks to when you do have to ask tough questions. Like, I don't even think anything of it because, it's just part of the deal, and it always has been. And, Tark was, interesting in that you had to ask him tough questions, but he would roll with it too. He also was actually pretty easy to deal with in the sense that he actually liked the media. He knew we were just doing our jobs, and wasn't a problem. I also covered Rolly Massimino. A lot of that was actually probably the worst experience I've ever had. He was so difficult.
Was he worse than KO?
Oh yeah, KO. Actually, I like KO because
KO was good.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, he was very transparent. He was, he'd go off and left field a lot of times about whatever he was talking about, but you could see it all. Practices were open, locker rooms were open. It was a whole different deal. And he had that NBA. I mean, he was the NBA coach for many years. He coached the Raptors. I think he was the head coach a year and a half or something. And so he had that mentality where, in the NBA, everything's open and it's mandated to be open. At college, there's no rules. And so mostly it's shut down. And so I thought that was really refreshing. It was just a very weird time. And, on top of it, kind of a guy who's out there anyway. And so it was just,
do you remember his opening presser when KO gave out his phone number to everybody?
Yeah, no, I don't. But I mean, I do remember having it, and I remember him calling me a lot actually, and saying, "Hey, what about this? You should write about this." Or you wouldn't. Most coaches don't do that kind of stuff. They'll have somebody else if they want to get something to you. They'll have a PR person or somebody. Whereas KO just pick up the phone and say, "Bruce, what the hell's this going on? Check it out," or something.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Hey, you want to hear something? You want to hear something? I messaged KO a while back trying to get him on the show, and he says, "Mike, I haven't watched basketball in 6 years. I have nothing to say." And I'm like, KO, we don't want you on for basketball. We want you on for KO. And then he didn't respond back. So.
That I'd watch that.
Yes.
I mean, I haven't talked to him probably since before that even, and he had a place down in Coronado Island, and I think he's probably still there. I mean, when he was coaching SC, he had that condo downtown LA, but I think he sold that, and I believe he's just hanging out at the beach and doing his thing. Yeah, I mean,
Hey, Bruce, let me ask you this: can we get? I want to ask you about the road environments as opposed to the Pac-12, but first, we very much like your pregame pictures that you've been taking of late before when you're going on road trips. Can you keep doing those? We like those.
Well, I'm glad you do, Mike. Actually, because honestly, I sometimes I post them. I think people must think I'm crazy for putting all these dumb pictures on Twitter or whatever, like because they have nothing to do with the game. A lot of them.
No, it's an environment though. We like it.
And that's. I mean, honestly, I feel like and I do feel like it could be kind of seen as silly or whatever, but I do feel like, if I'm going to spend all this money coming here, let's give people a taste of what it's like. Because I feel like, especially nowadays, the press conferences are on video, the games are on TV. Like, you don't have to be here. but I think you can get a lot more being here. You certainly, it's certainly a huge asset that you can ask questions in a press conference and talk to people. And sometimes I'll get players even after the press conference because I'm here or whatever. But yeah, just getting that atmosphere. I mean, I remember, at BYU, like I'm writing something at halftime, and then I look up and all of a sudden some dude is at center court playing a violin with a cougar thing on his head. And then there's a bunch of guys who are dressed like missionaries. I don't know if this is what they were, but they were wearing those skinny long ties and going off the trampoline dunking. It was like, who does that? Like, instead of a gorilla, you have missionaries dunking, or I don't know, just like, and so I just feel like, to bring some of that home is kind of fun.
Keep doing. Patrick Stark, the great Patrick Stark, who's much cooler than me, says, not at all. We love it. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, Jeremiah Dibble says, smash the like button. 216 lives, only 55 likes. Hit the like button. Bruce, by the way, I put out on Twitter just now to show you. I put out on Twitter, I said, we got 200 lives with Bruce. And literally now, and I tagged you in it, now there's 226 lives. I'm telling you, man, seriously.
People love Bruce.
You guys are too nice, but thanks everyone. I appreciate that. I mean,
okay, now Bruce, let's talk a little bit about the Pac-12, the Pac-12 road environments. Boring, nobody there, everybody knew everyone. Are these better road environments, Bruce?
Yeah, I mean that's what I was saying to Jason earlier. I think so, but I think we expected that, right? That was like, I always feel like, when Arizona went to the Big 12, I thought, you could look down up and down every sport. And some of them are about equal, some of them are downgrades. It seems to me men's basketball is a clear upgrade in competition and environments. And frankly, I mean, it's true what you say about the Pac-12, Mike, but I've always felt that part of the reason the Pac-12 is that way, because there's other things to do in a lot of those cities. Like if you're in Seattle, do you need to go see the Huskies, or do you want to take a boat ride? Do you want to go skiing? Do you want to go hiking? Do you want to go? I mean, there's all kinds of things you can do there. And some of these towns, I think the colleges are more of a focal point of what's going on. And so there's that, but there's good tradition in all of them too. So yeah, no, in fact, that's one reason I'm excited to go on all these trips this year, is because I haven't seen a lot of these places, and just to check them out like that. Really something. I was actually surprised that Oklahoma State didn't have many people, but again, that was one of those midweek games and it was really cold, and Oklahoma State's not been very good. So that actually reminded me of the Bay Area games and there was actually a small crowd of U of A fans, fans from around the region, alums. There was some that traveled in, but I talked to one guy who was from, I think, Topeka or something, or Wichita. I think he had never seen a U of A game since he left U of A as a student in 1986, and he was so excited. And so like that's really cool. But I think a lot of them are really good environments. I mean, obviously, I've been to Kansas because they haven't played there before, and that's obviously incredible. But I've heard great things about Iowa State, and so I'm really looking forward to that as well. And and this game tonight.
Hey, Bruce, have you ever? This isn't one of the official reads yet. Have you ever been to Baggins?
Yes, I have. Well, I mean, I've lived in Tucson for a long time.
Of course he has, Mike. Come on.
Yeah, well, Bruce, I'm trying to save you money, Bruce, because they're a sponsor of the show. You need to go in there, Bruce, and use code AZ12, and you get 15% off.
I did see you tweet something about that. Yeah, I didn't realize you had a sponsorship or whatever.
Is there any chance that you will go in there and do that, and then take a picture and say, I just used AZ12?
I don't think I can do that, but I do go there occasionally.
All right. Well, either way. All right. Fair enough. All right. Now, Bruce, let's get a prediction for tonight then. What are you looking for here? Will you give us a prediction? We have a bet on whether you would give us a prediction or not.
Wow. I've been wrong about this team a lot. I thought they'd figured out, but I didn't think they'd figured out as well as they've done that. And maybe Big 12 is not quite as good as everybody thought going into it, but like at BYU last week, I thought, okay, this is it. They're too full of themselves. They're going to have this tremendous environment, and they went out and pretty much took it to them. And so that makes it harder to predict. I do think that from what I've read about this K-State team, I think the matchup could be a little trickier for them. So they could stumble here. I mean, they're going to hit some adversity at some point on the back half of the schedule, because it's too tough. And I don't know whether it's going to be tonight or not, but I will say it's, I think it should be within a couple baskets this time. I don't think they're gonna run.
Can we get a prediction though, Bruce, please?
I mean, just because they've shown the ability to play hard on the road, and I think Townsend probably being out again means, they know that, even more so that they're going to have to they're really going to have to perform out there. So I think Arizona wins it, but I think it's going to be close.
I would like that. Hey, Bruce, I got to give you another compliment. So my aunt was watching, and I was telling her you were going to come on. Guess who she said you look like?
I don't know.
Bruce looks just like Robert Redford.
Robert Redford. She said Robert Redford. Yes, she said Robert Redford. Bruce, that's awesome.
Well, it's either that or Opie. I get that,
Do you get Robert Redford from time to time?
I have in the past, but now I don't know.
Bruce, he was a sex symbol. I mean, he was a big deal.
I don't know.
I think that's a coincidence here, man.
I think it's just the hair or whatever. I don't know. I mean, like, it's just, it's weird.
No, Bruce, you got great hair. You got great hair, Bruce. But either way, she told me that you wanted to say Robert Redford.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't think so, but
Yeah.
You're so humble, Bruce.
I think it's just that I think this hair color, I'm lucky it doesn't turn gray right away or early in life. So, you kind of look that way or whatever. But and Redford's the same way. Like,
hey, Bruce, I'll put it to you like this, Bruce. I have never been anybody that says that I look like somebody. It's generally somebody you don't want to look like. You want to look like Robert Redford. That is a compliment. Take it, Bruce.
All right.
All right, Bruce, you're the man. We very much appreciate you. And again, pregame pictures. You promised you'll get us some pregame pictures, correct?
Yeah, I'm heading over there soon. So hopefully in a few hours, if you guys want, I can send you. You know what I was hoping is like seeing more truck stops on the Big 12.
Yes,
right. The truck stop conference, right? According to the great Bill Walton. So I have not seen too many of those. So if I do, I'll post that. Real quick,
I got to ask you something though that I totally forgot about here. You've been a runner-up multiple times for the Emoy Man of the Year. Where are we with this now?
Emoy, of course. Okay.
Yeah, Scheer just won the Emoy Man of the Year, and I thought you were robbed. I've never even been nominated. But Bruce, what are your thoughts on this and is next year the year?
I'm just around a lot. So I and I know the whole, Paul Volpe has a lot to do with that, right? So
Paul loves you.
He's a great guy. He's always around, and like in fact, I just noticed that like he took a shot of me. We were sitting next to each other in the Bahamas, and where he was sitting, he had a courtside seat, and my media seat was not too far away. And then he shot a picture of me. He says, "Hey, turn around, I'll take your picture," or whatever. So whatever. And the next thing you know, you're posting it.
Yes, so, we like Bruce.
But so that's it's all fun. I mean, I think the same thing happened. It's happened before. Yeah. So.
Right. All right. Well, Bruce,
I don't know how anyone could live up to Emoy anyway. That's a pretty tough standard for an award.
Bruce, we have 242 lives right now. We very much appreciate you. Yes, exactly. Nifty Cello 611 says more Bruce segments. Back the Bruce. We agree. Back. Hey, can we get a back the Bruce before you sign off?
What does that even mean? What do you mean?
Instead of back the A, back the Bruce.
It's support. It's good, Bruce. Don't worry.
Bruce down?
Are we recording?
No, I'm just kidding. Bruce. All right. Bruce, you're the man, dude. Seriously.
Thanks,
Bruce.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we didn't really talk much about basketball. But
no, we didn't want to talk about basketball. Here, Bruce,
do that enough.
Bruce, on this show, it's basically making fun of myself. Yes. And there's a lot of content to make fun of myself. But you're the man. Also, I always say this about Bruce. On a serious note, Bruce is the man. Bruce is you will never find anybody that has Bruce's character is seriously like 100% pure. That's very hard to find in this day and age. You're the man, Bruce.
Well, I appreciate that. But I will say, Mike, as always, your knowledge and your passion are up there with anybody I know. And Jason's knowledge of what's going on at any particular time is something else too. So, don't downplay that. And I'm not just saying that, but it's true.
Yeah, no, this Bear Down Cats 96 says 90% of the show is Mike's ADHD and 10% is sports talk. Yeah, I think that's about right. But Bruce, you're the man. Very much appreciate you, dude.
All right, dude. Thanks.
All right, safe travels and pictures. Don't forget.
Yeah, we'll do.
Talk to you soon. See ya. Later. Yeah. All right. Oh, that was great. That was great. That was. I don't even know what to say. But you know what we got to do? But yeah. Robert Redford. Bruce will be back on. I guarantee it. Nice try. Yeah, that was fire. Now, before we do any of that, though, we've got to pay some. We got to pay some bills here, and the first bill we've got to pay is. Oh, look at that! It looks blurry. It looks blurry, Scheer. I can't see anything.
What's going on?
What's going on here? I don't know what's going on here. Wait a second. Oh, guess what? Maybe we need to go to Arizona Primary or Arizona.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to go to Arizona Primary Eye Care. That was so good. Yes. Yes. Oh, that was awesome. Now, you need to go to Arizona Primary Eye Care. This place is great. Okay, here's the deal. They have everything that you really need. And when I say everything, they've got anything for dweebs like me, or they've got things for cool people like Bruce. But guess what? I might be joining the Bruce Club because they are getting me a pair of Tom Ford sunglasses. I mean, heck, maybe sunglasses too. Tom Ford glasses. And when I come on here, that is going to look great. That is going to look awesome. Scheer, you're going to be jealous of me.
I am. I'm always jealous of you.
Yes. Now, but we need to do that. There's 4 locations here. Arizona Primary Eye Care. I highly vouch for these people. These people are great. Cheryl is a huge, we're a huge fan of Cheryl. I vouch for them. We need to fill their schedule up. They do all kinds of stuff. You know, your basically optical options to fit all budgets, styles, preference. And again, 60 plus insurance, same day urgent care. Check it out. Arizona Primary Eye Care. Again, check it out. And again, if you want to look cool, telling you. They're gonna work on my look. Maybe I'm gonna look a little cooler. There we go. All right, now, let's do that. Now, what else do we got? Oh, gosh, it just gets bigger. Green Valley Decorative Rock. Now, Jesse Britches on Twitter has started a movement, and it's true. He says, I can't stop thinking about Green Valley Decorative Rock. Scheer, get in line. Correct?
Shelby told me that the other night. I thought, she was daydreaming. I thought it was about another man. I go, what are you thinking about? She goes, Green Valley Decorative Rock.
And again, Shelby is not the only one, I assure you of that. But you do know about the scandalous reputation that is going around, right? About Green Valley Decorative Rock that we need to pummel into submission.
What is it, Mike? What is it?
It is not just in Green Valley.
It's not. There's 2 convenient locations.
There are 2 convenient locations. And again, here's the deal. Everybody thinks when they think of Green Valley Decorative Rock, they think of Green Valley. You need to think of Tucson as well. I have been there. Welcome to the Green Valley Decorative Rock.
Welcome to the
You can understand what Sean Connery's saying. Your imitation, you can't understand a word.
Hey, let's hear it. Oh, Cody, beam that in from the high beam.
Welcome to the Rock.
Welcome to the Rock. Okay,
a little better.
Now, Scheer, do you know where they deliver out to?
Alcatraz.
Oh, well, besides Alcatraz and Antonina.
East to no. Benson.
You're gonna get this. Yeah.
South to Sierra Vista.
Nogales. Come on.
West.
This is good. No.
To I don't know.
Oracle. Right.
Yeah. East to Sierra Vista.
And then west to where?
West to
come on, you got this. This is easy.
Marana.
Yes. What? Rock.
Really good with directions.
Yes. Now, there you go. Check it out. All kinds of good stuff at Green Valley Decorative Rock. If you can't stop thinking about Green Valley Decorative Rock, why not go to their Tucson location? Or heck, if you live in Green Valley, go there too. All right. Now, Arizona basketball. Bruce is backing the A. I was a little bit worried that Bruce was going to back the K.
I'm surprised because I thought he would not give us a direction.
Yeah, I did not. I am a little nervous that ordering some to Alcatraz. Bruce, I was a little bit worried that Bruce was going to back the K. Bruce is not backing the K. He's backing the A. Now, let's talk about this. Kansas State, listen, everybody knows how good Jerome Chang is, but they didn't play well to start the season. They're playing better now. Coleman Hawkins, also that sounds like a president from the 1800s, like where they all had last names like Jefferson Franklin. I don't know, that was in person. Jefferson Davis.
Abraham Lincoln.
No, Jefferson Davis, although he was like a Confederate general or something. Never mind. Either way, they all had like last names. Coleman Hawkins. We need to stop Coleman Hawkins, Scheer. He's actually not bad.
I'm actually not a big Coleman Hawkins fan at all. We disagree here. I don't like Coleman Hawkins at all.
Why don't you like Coleman Hawkins? He's their best player.
he's not their best player.
He is their best player. He's their highest paid player.
Yeah, but in my opinion, he's not their best player. He's okay. He's a little soft. I actually think Awaka can be fine on him. He is a very good passer. He's good. He's a good shot blocker. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he's their best player, but he's good. But I don't think it's anything crazy that Awaka can't cover.
All right. Yeah. Well, I'm not saying. Yeah. I don't think.
I'm more concerned with David Nugusson and Carter Bryant. That matchup kind of scares.
All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about it now. Orlando Antigua, did he break Coleman Hawkins? But Kansas State has to fix him.
Look, Coleman Hawkins, Mike, as a big man, I always look at big man shooting percentages. He shoots 46% from 2. For a big man, that sucks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nugusson's the guy. That guy scares me. That's the matchup.
Okay, so maybe can we consider that possibly the you go off the beaten path? What is it? Beaten path. Oh, hey, did I tell you what highway robbery? Benwin White and I were talking about this. You know what highway robbery means, right? Benwin White was
you robbed someone on the highway.
Yeah, duh. Benwin White said that wasn't what it meant, and guess what? We looked it up, and that's exactly what it meant. It meant like stagecoaches on the highway or something.
Yeah. But, it literally meant you rob people on like highwaymen that were robbers that they would rob you on horseback.
All right. Now, AJW, I think, puts this very, very well. He says, this is definitely a no soft weenies game. We need players to play tough in this game. We need girth. Oh, I didn't ask Bruce about girth. We need girth in this game.
Yeah, this is a game where I actually like, how like when Arizona played BYU, I said, look, they may not win, but Arizona is clearly a better team. It's just stuff happens on the road in this conference. This is another one of those matchups. Arizona is very clearly better than Kansas State.
Right.
Will they win? I think so. But Kansas State's playing well and all that. But like Arizona matches up very well with Kansas State.
Yeah, I think Arizona's going to win. I'm backing the A on this one.
Very girthy. A lot of girth.
Yeah. Yeah, no, exactly. We need to talk. So, do you think that we could possibly see more Henry Vasar and Tobe Awaka in this game?
That's not. Yeah, I mean, you would think because I'm trying to get an answer and I can't. But I would assume Trey didn't travel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no one's answering me because they don't want to answer before the game or whatever. But
right,
I would assume Kansas State has no depth whatsoever.
Right.
Their backup center, they play a little bit. He's 7 foot, 250. Their power forward is
David
Nugusson.
Though.
Yeah, David Nugusson is 6'9", 220. He's really good. Yeah.
This is gonna be a big game for Henry.
Yes, I actually think it will be a very big game. You know who the biggest game? There's 2 guys I'm really keeping an eye on.
ADO?
No. But I'm gonna say this though. I do think this could be an ADO game.
I do
because
agree.
Max Jones, while solid, isn't anything that ADO hasn't seen before.
Right.
Bradley on Doug McDaniel could decide the game.
By the way, we like how Doug McDaniel's name is spelled.
Yes, Doug, not
D-U-G.
D-O-U-G. No. I mean literally Doug, because
D-U-G.
McDaniel's. Well, he's not their best player. He's very clearly the most important. They can't win if he doesn't play well, and that's why they're so good in the last 5 games. He's been awesome. So him and Bradley is a matchup, and I don't think Kansas State has a guy in their entire roster that can guard KJ. I'm going to say it. KJ is a horrible matchup for Kansas State.
Offensively.
Yeah, they don't.
All right.
They can't. He should be able to get to the basket at will. And
yes, I like that. I like that. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Brendan Housen looks like you. So
what's that?
KJ Brendan Housen looks like you. So KJ,
Yeah, I mean, I would certainly.
No, he really looks like you. Look him up. Brendan Housen looks just
Brendan
like
Housen. I'll look this up. Hold on. Talk while I look. Hold on.
Doesn't really look like you, but he looks like he would be you. He looks like he would be you. He kind of looks like you.
Mike Luke pushing KJ Lewis around on the court. Yes, AJW. I'm going to keep saying this. KJ just needs to keep the dribble tight. Agreed. Everything else, I like. I don't even mind him shooting. You know what's weird about KJ Lewis and his shot is that it's opportunistic. It's weird. Brogan was actually making this point that Dick Wilson, your buddy Brogan, that KJ is not a good shooter, but he's made a lot of very big shots this year. The pull-ups, he's had a couple fadeaway pull-ups. He made that 3, and his hand's like broken. Grant Winkler says he's got a good little mid-range game. Agreed. I totally agree there.
Yeah, I don't mind that little free throw jumper he does.
Right, I like it.
Pretty good. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool with it, baby.
Right. Yeah, no, I got it. I like it. So Now, then, if Arizona, so you're back in the A on this one, though, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, E.K. Thompson says KJ is a machine when he is downhill and isn't turning the ball over. Totally agree with that. Now, one thing, though, that we have to do, though, before is we have to pay some more bills, though. And guess what? Eris Dental. Eris Dental.
Yes.
Okay. Eris Dental. Here's the deal. This is owned by Lan Allen. We very much like Lan Allen. And again, the thing with the dentist, and that's why I don't even like going to dentist, because they come there and they, what's that thing at the back of your throat too that they try to remove sometimes?
Uvula.
Yeah, your uvula. I don't want to go to the dentist and tell them that they need to remove my uvula. They don't do that at Eris Dental. It is only necessary treatment. That is why we like Eris Dental a big deal. Also, they've got a really, really, really good deal coming up here very shortly, it sounds like, for dental implants. And again, generally with dental implants, they cost like $80,000. You got to refinance your home. You got to do a whole bunch of stuff to get these dental implants. This is going to be a very, very good deal. We were just waiting on the go-ahead. But also, you can get retainers and everything like that too, mouth guards, and again, check it out. You will thank me later. TucsonTeeth.com. Now, let's see here. Nifty Cello says, what's their tongue policy? You keep the tongue. You keep the tongue. You don't go in there and they are, or the other thing too that they always say, they're always like, oh, well, yeah, we need to scale your mouth or something. I had somebody tell me that when I was like 12, and I came back with like a new mouth, like a carburetor in there too. They don't do any of that there. It's good stuff. Again, you will thank me later. Now, what else do we got? What's the next one, Cody? Let's see here. Oh, RJ's frozen cactus. Let's back the cactus. Okay. Now, here's the deal. Back the cactus. Okay. RJ's frozen cactus. Red Hot Sports ice cold beer. Yummy, yummy in my tummy. 100 plus craft beers. $2 deals. Pizza, wings, tacos, burgers. And guess what? Let's say you're like Scheer and you're watching the game and you're like, you know what? I want to sit back on a little bit of grandma's old cough medicine and watch the game. Guess what? You can go there. They don't actually give you cough medicine. They give you legitimately good beer. But that's where you go, and they got a big parking lot there, and you can say to yourself, you can go, man, I can just park this thing right out front. Like 50 Cent said, when you pull up out front and see the Benz on Dubs. You can do that at RJ's Frozen Cactus, my friend. Again, check it out. That was good. All right. Now, Aaron in the Wild says, how many super snaps does it take for Mike to grow the beard? Here is the deal with the beard. I will grow the beard out. I'm going to start growing the beard out, and you have my word, in about, let's see here. I'm going to have to, I probably can't have it for a wedding. So, I will probably try to start growing it out in mid to late October. We'll leave it at that. But how many super snaps does it take for Mike to grow the beard? $5 super snap from Aaron in the Wild. It's just going to take a little bit of time. I got a lot of stuff going on this year. Okay. Now, back to Arizona and Houston. Arizona, Houston. Let's talk about it. Don't want to look ahead because, again, and nothing is promised in this day and age.
We always look ahead. What do you mean we don't want to look ahead?
But we always look ahead. Yeah, I think Arizona's going to win. I think Arizona's going to beat Houston.
You watched the game last night at all?
Yeah, I did.
Houston's
Baylor
weird.
sucks.
Yeah, well, I don't want to say that yet because Arizona plays them, but you could tell Baylor's just not the same without the big man. I feel bad for Baylor. It's like when they finally get healthy, then they lose their starting center.
Right.
And they got to go small. Yeah.
Baylor kind of stinks. Houston, like I said, what in years past, I think Arizona is Houston is a terrible matchup for Houston. And again, hey, we're not even talking about possibly beating Kansas State. We're just saying what it is. But in years past, like last year, don't like too many weenies. You can't beat Houston. You can't beat Houston with a bunch of soft weenies. You just can't.
No, I think Arizona absolutely matches up better with Houston this season than in the past, because I think, I don't think Henry's soft. That's going to be a tough matchup, but he's not soft. Awaka, definitely not soft. KJ, Bradley, Love, like these guys are tougher. Houston's really good, but I don't get the unbeatable vibe with them. But again, they're really good.
But there's also nobody offensively that scares me. Now, again, Jawan Thomas or whatever his name is.
They got two guys that are good offensively, Mike.
Yeah, but he's probably going to go for like 30 or whatever. Now,
Cryer and
Cryer, but Cryer's broken though.
Sharp is good. They're
What's
good.
that?
I mean, they're good. Sharp is good.
Yes.
Emmanuel Sharp. He just hasn't been playing. He played last night. He's good.
Yeah, Javante says, I mean, 2022 Sweet 16 was obvious we were soft. You know what's weird, though, about that? And I agree, but that was literally like the worst matchup possible for Arizona. I remember watching, I remember watching them in the warm-ups, and it was like, oh.
When that bracket came out, I think that on Selection Sunday, I said on wherever it was, might have posted it, said it, I don't know, but playing Houston and San Antonio was just stupid. Yeah. Houston analytically was like,
and they were a 5 seed.
Yeah, like KenPom wise, they were like, what year was that?
2022. I
think
Javante said 2022. Yeah.
Houston finished second in KenPom, dude. Like, and they went into the tournament like top 5 or like pre-tourney. I can look actually.
Right.
Pre-tourney, Mike. They went into it. Look at me, dude.
This is good. This is good live stuff.
Well, now I can't find it. Anyway.
By the way, ASU game watch party. When is the ASU game?
Wednesday.
Although I might have to be. Is that next Wednesday?
Oh, Arizona versus ASU.
Yeah.
It's the last home game of the year.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll get into that. Yeah, there was a lot of cheating. But here's the problem, though. Arizona didn't have any ball handlers against Houston. Kerr, and Kerr when he's hurt, even worse. But they didn't have any ball handlers in that game, and you could just kind of tell that was game. I'll put it to you like this: Arizona could have played Houston 10 times and not won one. And I feel
Houston was just better. Which is fine.
I get other people saying that. I get other people saying they're like, oh, hey, Ted Wardo's here. I get other people saying like, well, Princeton lost, bad loss. I get it. Clemson probably shouldn't have lost that game. I don't put any of that Houston game on. And plus, Zoo was terrified. Zoo was absolutely mortified in that game.
Houston was 2 in KenPom going into that game, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Now. Let's get a prediction. Then we're going to, is ADO just a skinny Luka? We're going to talk about Luka in a second. I have a bone to pick with that. We're also going to get to a little bit of recruiting. Oh, and we're going to make fun of smelly, rainy Seattle. But yeah, Zoo was afraid of Princeton. Zoo was a very good basketball player, but at the end of the day, Zoo was not a big time player. You didn't really want Zoo in a big spot.
But Arizona didn't lose that Princeton game because of Zoo. It lost that game because wasn't the backcourt like a combined like 3 for 80?
Yeah, and again, it just wasn't that. And I thought that was Tommy's best regular season coaching job. I didn't really see a
better than this.
I mean, up to this point,
I think this is his best coaching job.
Well, yeah, I would agree. But I thought that was still because. Yeah. But I will say this team's a lot more talented than that team though.
That year, dude, their backcourt was Kirk Kriisa, Courtney Ramey, and Cedric Henderson.
Yeah, that stinks.
Like what?
So that's almost in a weird way. This one is Jaden Bradley, Caleb Love, and KJ Lewis.
Princeton had better guards. They had Alako, Langford, and
they got like and they got some guy. They
had the guy that's in the NBA.
He's in the NBA.
Yeah, Tosan was awesome.
What was his name again?
Tosan Evbuman. He's with the Brooklyn Nets right now. He's averaging 10 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists in the NBA right now.
Yeah, no, I get it. Let's see here.
Tosan Evbuman.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, you're terrible at name pronunciation.
Princeton backdoors give me nightmares.
Yeah, well, I tell that to UCLA. You don't know that reference, but
I know that reference.
Can you name one player on that? No. Can you name one player on that UCLA team? You can't.
Was that Tyus Edney?
That was Tyus Edney.
Yeah, come on, dude.
Give me one more player.
Huh?
Give me one more player.
Jerome Moiso.
Nope. No, that was like 8 years later. I can name that whole starting 5. Hey, listen to this. Here. I'll do it right now. So it's Tyus Edney.
Wasn't that score in the 40s too?
Yeah. Here it is. Hold on. I got this. The starting lineup was Tyus Edney, Toby Bailey, Ed O'Bannon, who was the National Player of the Year, George Zedek at center. I want to say J.R. Henderson, maybe. J.R. Henderson.
Zedek was not on that team, dude.
Zedek was absolutely on that team.
No, he wasn't.
The team that won the national championship?
The team that lost to Princeton.
Oh, I'm talking about the team that won the national
Oh,
championship.
the team that lost to Princeton was
That was
it
Cameron Dollar, Tyus
McCoy?
Edney, Charles O'Bannon, J.R. Henderson,
Edney,
Jelani
actually, now that I
McCoy.
think about it, Edney wasn't on that team.
I'm almost right. Was he?
Edney was not on that Princeton team.
Look it up. All right, so it was a Cameron Dollar. All right, so hold
It
on.
was Bailey, Charles O'Bannon, Jelani McCoy, Cameron Dollar,
J.R. Henderson,
Yeah, that
Chris
was it.
Johnson,
Yeah, that was it.
Lorenzo Romar.
No,
Lorenzo Romar was on that team.
was a walk on.
No, as an assistant. Dummy.
Yeah, that's right. Who's the dude that? And then Princeton had the one dude who went. They didn't have any. They had the coach.
Um,
The coach was on that team, wasn't he? The Princeton coach now.
just Google it, guys.
Mitch Henderson. Mitch Henderson.
Yeah,
The
all
coach
right.
was on the team, and there was a big deal. Like, oh, you beat Arizona. It's like, shut up.
Yeah, it's like, shut up, man. We don't want any of that,
Yeah,
man.
get outta
You
here.
know, that was even before you mess
Idiot.
with the paw. That was even before you mess with the paw. You get the glove.
It's come to my attention, Mike.
Huh.
The more Arizona wins,
Yeah, I know.
the more the chances it doesn't go to Seattle. It's going to be Seattle or Denver.
What do we need to have happen for Baron Davis was after that? Baron Davis, Earl Watson, Jerron Rush, Jerome Moitzo, and Dan Gadzurin.
I think if
Remember Dan
Arizona's
Gadzurin?
a 4 seed, it's in Seattle. When it gets into the 3 and 2 territory, it's going to get a little nerve wracking.
Yeah. Well, gosh, this is not good. Can we I don't.
It's
I
tough.
don't-
It's tough. It's mixed. I've seen a few Denver and a few Seattles. So,
Yeah, Cody James Martin really kind of upset me right there.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to some reads so I can settle down here, and then we're going to do some recruiting. No, Denver not better than Seattle because we want to make fun of furries. But first, Longview.
Yes.
Longview.
Andre also wants Seattle.
Yes, Andre wants Seattle. Now, you might be like, Andre. Hey, do you think Andre, I bet, can afford to go anywhere in the world that he wants. I bet he can go visit the Count of Monte Cristo if he wants to.
Yes.
Is that such a thing? Can you go visit the Count? Who is the Count of Monte Cristo? Sounds very
Good
important.
sandwich. Good sandwich. You ever have the Monte Cristo sandwich?
No. Where is it?
It's the Monte Cristo sandwich.
Well, I take the long view though on that. I don't look at it.
Hey,
Yes, but yeah, yeah, we very much like Andre Veras. Now, if you want to be successful, I cannot. Here's the thing, Scheer. I got to be very clear about this. I cannot endorse Andre Veras, but I can highly recommend Andre Veras. Highly certified with top designations. Certified financial planner. Yeah, hey, certified financial planner, certified. I'm not going to say retirement income certified professional. This guy can help you. I would highly recommend. Take the long view, insurance and investments. Andre is a good guy. We very much like Andre on this show.
Grant Winkler with a great point. SRS, smelly rainy snaps.
Ooh, it's good. Smelly rainy snaps. No, we need to start hey.
I know that's
but
what he's saying. Smelly.
Yeah.
Every time we get one, we could call it a smelly rainy.
Rainy snap. Yeah. Hey, write that down. I'll never remember that.
I got my
Winkler,
hat
that's
for
great.
Seattle. You want to see it?
Yeah. Let me see. Oh, you
you're
got a
gonna
hat.
like this.
Yeah, you got a hat. Let's see it. Oh my. Oh, is that a fur? Is that a furry? Oh gosh, you're a furry. Furries.
You like it?
You know, I need you to hold on. I need you to keep this on for the segment though that we have coming up. This is great.
All right,
This
done.
is great. Okay, keep it on. Keep it on. Also, we need to talk real quick, and then we're going to get to recruiting. Michael Rubin, my friends. No, you got to keep it on for that. Keep
For
it on.
what?
Trust me,
Michael
I know what
Rubin?
I'm doing. No, not for Michael Rubin. For what we're about to do.
And yes,
all right,
it is a Tracy.
Yes, yeah.
The
No,
daughter
you've
got me
got
a Tracy.
you've got to do this though. Check it
All
out.
right,
Here's
I'll put it back on.
Okay. All right. Now put it back on. I need you to be very, very clear. All right. Lighthouse. Here's the deal. The Pima County Lighthouse Down Payment Assistance Program is being released in March, and funds are limited. That means you want to get pre-qualified now ahead of the release date. Apply the QR code right there to see if you're eligible. Here's the deal, though. You can get 4% assistance, and a below market interest rate. We can potentially get you a home with no out-of-pocket as well. Mike helps buy, sell, or refinance at debt consolidation. You name it, he's got it. Scan that QR code right there. And Cody, we need to put the phone number up there a little bit more prominent if we could do that.
520-419-4262.
Yes, exactly. Again, 520-419-4262 and the Rubin Group at swiftmortgagebroker.com. Again, use code Ed Stokes for $500 off closing costs. Again, help us help you. There we are. Michael Rubin. Again, scan that QR code. Get started. Okay. All right. Now, there is a movement in the recruiting circles called Furries for Burries. And
this isn't a furry. You don't know what this is. You
what
have
is
no
it?
idea what a
It looks like a
shiesty is.
furry.
It's
What
a
is it?
shiesty. You have no idea what a shiesty is.
What's a
dude.
shiesty? Is that like Pooh's shiesty?
Yeah, that's literally what it is.
What is it? I don't get it.
You wear shiesties. It's a you wear like a here.
Is this a Hebrew thing? What is it?
Oh God, no.
What is it?
It's this.
It's like it looks like a ski mask.
Yes.
Why are you wearing a ski mask?
Because I don't want to be seen in public with you.
I don't blame you. But oh well, either way, I thought it was a
You
furry.
want one? Do you want me to order you one?
No,
For Seattle?
I would never.
You would wear
all,
one in Seattle.
All hands on deck in Seattle. That's going to be
Yeah.
tough.
All right.
And EK Thompson says, Mike, have you ever peed in a litter box? No, I have not.
Lately.
Yeah, lately. I mean, yeah, this month. Yeah, cope, glaze. All right, now, yeah, glaze. Also, one other thing that we need to talk about as well. If you're a grown man and you're saying sus, stop. Just stop. Don't do it. Don't
What?
do it.
It
It's
is
so
sus.
lame. It's trying so hard. Dude, it's like, no, dude, you're not cool. Sus. If you're a grown man and you're saying that, it's terrible.
I say it all
I
the time, dude. I say it all the time.
Sus?
Yeah,
I've
you're being
never
sus
heard you
now.
say
No,
sus.
I don't say sus. I don't say sus.
No, it's terrible. Sus is disgusting. Do not do it. Now, furries for burries. So, Braden Burries.
If he doesn't come here, we could blame furries for burries, by the way.
Yeah. But don't blame me. I didn't start it. Kobe L. Thiel started it. But I will say that what does this have to do with recruiting? Nothing. But furries for burries is a thing. I will say that I would expect something here in the next couple weeks, and I would be very, very surprised if there's not when it comes to Braden L. Burries. I wonder what his middle name is. But would you agree with that, Scheer?
Absolutely.
Right. Yes, exactly. Now, let's see here. Hey, Rick Trimmer. No, it is not Rick Trimmer. No. Hey, Ted Wardo, come here. People want to see Ted Wardo. Oh, I don't know about that. Mike not being up on the lingo is very sus.
It is, dude. It's really not happy. Not
Yeah.
happy with you. We need to get you some street cred, Mike.
I have street cred.
Yeah, but I'm just assuming like my daughter helps me out. I would assume your daughter would have helped you out.
Plus off. Yeah. Here, I already said when I pull up out front, you see the Benz on dubs, and I'm rolling 20 deep, so there's drama in the club. How about that? Braden Burries, though. Now, I do want to ask you this. Where is the Koa Pete? Now, listen, Bobby Hurley is out. I don't think that I probably really is.
That's not us trolling. I mean, we troll a lot, but the word around ASU is there's a we'll just call it a very strong belief that Hurley is done there.
Yes.
And it's not just the losing, because now you got suspensions, you got guys missing games, and it's And
he just looks totally. Oh, Jesse Bridges, he can't rocks for jocks. He can't stop thinking about Green Valley Decorative Rock. But 260 lives. But the next coach. Oh, hey, can we tell him the story of what we did? This trolling is very, very good.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Okay, so ASU fans spend more time on the Arizona board than Arizona fans do. So, and Arizona has a very robust membership there. But I said, hey, watch this. They're going to take the bait. So I posted on Scheer's board. I said that Bobby Hurley is out, and that the heavy rumor is that Orlando Antigua is going to be the next ASU coach. What was it? Within 5 minutes, that was picked up and posted on the ASU board, and they were like bashing the credibility of the source.
And then they said that the source was me.
No, it was me. Yeah, and then no one. Here's what's even better. It's locked now. That's the best part about it, because it made him look stupid. Yes. But either way, Orlando Antigua to ASU. The rumor is Monty Williams. Let me ask you this. Koa Pete. The only reason I'm talking about this is because of Koa Pete. Do you think that this one's going to drag out for quite a while? I don't think this one's ending.
I think there's a real chance that Koa waits until the end of the tournament and roster management and all that, which is April, which is wild. But I really do think that is a legit possibility.
But Koa LP is so good though that you're going to, you're gonna wait for him.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
I just don't know how I could see him. listen, I guess I don't know how I can see him going to Houston at this point. I just don't. I think Houston is honestly the school that he wants to go to be honest. That's
They're
just a
still
guess.
trying. They're still trying. I mean, they were at his game a couple weeks ago, I think. I don't
Tucson against Tucson High.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
were
it
at
was.
that game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Monty Kiffin, no, not Monty Kiffin. He's dead. Monty
Kiffin.
Williams, supposedly is the hot name. If I were ASU, I'd hire Monty Williams.
Does nothing for me.
Well, I mean, anybody you hire is going to do nothing for you.
No, I would just hire some young. I don't know. It's a bad job.
It sucks. It's a crappy job. Would you consider hiring Kyle Dodd,
Yeah, absolutely.
a hot young assistant?
Jamel McMillan.
Yeah.
Remember him?
Yeah. Oh, Jamel McMillan. Is he?
Yeah. Do you know where he is now?
No, where is he?
He's one of the Pistons' top assistants.
Oh, yeah. Well, either way, that pisses me off. So I don't know. I think it's going to play out for quite a while. I don't see that one being decided. I do think Furries for Burries could be a thing here in the next week or two.
I'll tell you this: if Burries is undecided, let's just say March, something went wrong with
He ain't coming here.
I think something went wrong with multiple teams in that recruitment. If he decides to
Yes.
drag this out pretty long.
Yeah, I would imagine that one. I do think this though, that if it wasn't for, and I might get in trouble from our friend. I'll deal with it.
Whatever. Cares.
Yeah,
Cares.
Cares. Didn't give me anything last time.
Shoot.
Yeah, she. But I did ask him I do think
Careful here. Be careful. Actually,
if this was like 3 or 4 years ago, before everything, I think he would have committed a long time ago. How about that?
oh, I said this on the board. If NIL wasn't a thing, Braden Burries would be committed to Arizona by now, easily.
Yes,
no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Now, I want to make fun of SRS here for a minute because
oh my God, I'm sorry. Brian Peterson just sent me a bracket from Bleacher Report.
What do you got?
Arizona's the 3 and Illinois is the 6.
Send that to me.
And it's in Denver, so Boswell wouldn't play because he would be high and suspended.
Oh gosh, yeah, that's due to 3 and it's gosh. Hey Cody, did you message TJ back by the way? This is good. Arizona's a 3 and a 6. Bring it on, baby. Wop. Okay, hold on. What's the next read? What do we have, Cody? Let's see here. Comfort X. Oh yeah. All right, come on.
X gon' give it to you. He gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you. He gon' give it to you.
Wop. X go give it to you. All right, now, Comfort X, get in there. Comfort X HVAC. Okay, now they got a great deal going on here that I believe our friend Tony Cimino, that loser, has. He's not a loser in this case though. Has taken them up on low. You can get a not lifetime. If you get the premium. Yeah. If you get false advertising. If you can get a premium installation, then you will also. You get a premium installation. You can get a 10-year. You get a 10-year routine maintenance, which I believe Tony Cimino is going to need to do because at the same time, Tony Cimino, that guy, when he's not throwing rocks at Scheer's house, I can't even imagine what he does to the HVAC system. I mean, it must be. Can you imagine what that thing must have been through the ringer?
Typical Cimino.
Yes, exactly. But unlike Tony, Comfort X HVAC has a reputation for trust for the long haul. And again, small business with big savings, free routine maintenance for first-time clients. Code word Wildcats for 10% off. Check it out. Again, check it out. X go give it to you. Wop. Okay, now, one more. Baggins. Yes. Oh, yeah, this is great. Sounds around us. Cimino runs at full blast with the doors open during the summer. It wouldn't surprise anything.
Typical Tony.
Anything that guy does would not surprise me. Gosh, that guy. Now, Baggins. We asked Bruce Pascoe. Bruce Pascoe has been to Baggins. We need to get him to use the code AZ12. I will force him to do this. And again, and maybe if Bruce, you think Bruce has ever gone up to Scottsdale for leisure?
No, absolutely not. Well, he has family in Scottsdale, so
Does Bruce has family in Scottsdale?
Yeah, the wife has family in Scottsdale.
Ooh, I did not know that. So maybe Bruce has been to the bag in Scottsdale. But either way, Bruce also strikes me as a chocolate chip cookie guy. This is true.
Absolutely.
Yes. All right. Now, All food is made in-house daily. Yummy, yummy in my tummy. Use code AZ12 for 15% off. And again, you can go in there now. You don't have to like go through all the red tape and the blue carpet treatment or whatever that means. And you can just go in there and say AZ12, but make sure you say AZ12 because it makes us look good. Trust me, it makes us look good. We very much would appreciate that. Okay, now. Okay, everybody in there, hi Baggins in honor of the Cats going to Denver or Seattle. Oh, hi Baggins, yummy, yummy. All right, now the sounds around us. There's sorority girls that have Bruce's. Now Bruce is taken. Bruce is taken. They can look as hard as they want. They are not. I mean,
That's part of the fun, man. You look at Bruce and you realize,
everybody always said
can't have it.
Everybody always says that you want things that you always want things you can't have. Bruce is the epitome of that. You don't get him.
Yeah.
You don't get him, man. Bruce ain't gonna give it to you.
All right, see you tonight, everyone.
Yeah. All right. Now, real quick though, I want to make fun of SRS for a minute. Arizona, Jed Fish had a big problem with kickers last year, and I think with a big part of it too was that his scheming didn't work. You don't get to call Arizona's kicker when he's not in the portal, dummy. And
karma, Tyler Loop, karma.
Yep, exactly. I love Jed going out there and then talking about ways to fix the transfer portal. No, dummy. And so, anyways, Arizona gets a kicker, Pursoon. I remember his father. I
do too.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. Not at all.
You have no clue who his father
Nope.
is. Yes.
I didn't know that.
He was right after Steve McLaughlin.
He did hit a game-winning kick against ASU. I know that because
Yes.
Tony told me.
Tony told you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that guy, I would. Here's what Tony. You need to trust. You need to check, recheck, and then check the facts again anytime he tells you.
Typical
something.
Tony.
Yeah, but either way, this is a good pickup for the Wildcats, though. Correct?
Yes, absolutely. Good kicker, scholarship guy. I think. I'm not sure. But yeah, they need a kicker.
Yes, I like it. Tell us about the new Tyler. Who's on the post game? It's gonna be me and Scheer. So if you don't like us, tune in anyways. Now. So that's a good little pickup for the Wildcats. Real quickly, also, I believe that the NBA is up to funny business with Luka Doncic. I watched that game, and you basically gave away a generational player for a box of, for like a pack of Spaldings. Like, it was not a Anthony Davis is already hurt with another weak injury. Luka Doncic and LeBron James. This is not the NBA. I believe there's funny business going on here. What say you?
If you believe there's funny business, Mike, hit the like button right now. If you don't believe there's funny business, also hit the like button. I don't think there's funny business. I think Nico Harrison, I have the story.
Is an idiot.
So here's what it is. Nico Harrison used to work for Nike. Okay. He was really close to Kobe. Kobe's work ethic was second to none. Luka does not work very hard. He's good, obviously, but he's not. His work ethic, and Nico basically said, I don't think you could win with a guy with this work ethic. And he didn't do his due diligence in giving up Luka. I think he could have clearly gotten more.
A lot more.
Right. But I do think that he legitimately doesn't think he can win with Luka.
Well, that's fine. But my problem with the NBA and where I'm suspicious is you got guys like
the only team he called was the Lakers. That's yes.
That's sus.
Yes.
I mean, come on. What are we doing here? Yeah. But again, dude, Rudy Gobert got more than Luka Doncic.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, so I don't believe that. And again, you bring in Anthony Davis. I still don't get it. Like, whatever. I am not happy. Luke has better work ethic than Boswell.
Also, real quick before we end, Mike, I saw a comment. Dash Shafita is
not a charity scholarship.
I'm not saying this because his brothers know or whatever. The coaching staff thinks that he is going to be Jacob Mono. Like, they legitimately think he's going to be a healthy Jacob Mono.
He is not a charity scholarship.
You don't win MVP, defensive MVP in the Trinity League and be a charity scholarship. It doesn't make sense. So
yes, Dash is going to bash. Although
Leviticus is going to bash. Everyone's bashing.
Although Leviticus Sua did.
A lot of bashing.
Yeah. Leviticus Sua won that same award.
Speaking of bashing.
Yeah. All right. Either way. All right. TTFN. Dash Fafita, we like Dash Fafita. All right, now Dash Smash. All right, everybody hit the like button. We got up to 257 lives today. We thank Bruce for that. On that note, though, we will be back on the post-game show, yummy, about 8 o'clock, hopefully breaking down another one. Bring your super snaps. Bring your tired, huddled super snaps or hungry super snaps.
Give us
There
your
we go.
children.
Yes, exactly. All right, check it out. Yes, give us our children. What was it Mike Tyson said? I want to eat your children. Ah. Hey,
Yep.
You like that
Yep.
impression?
That was good, Mickey Mouse, Mike Tyson. I like
You
it.
want to me? I'm going to eat your children. Ah.
WildcatAuthority.com. Wildcats
Mike Tyson, welcome to the Rock.
Mike is having a
Welcome
full
to the Rock.
ADHD breakdown.
Welcome to the Rock.
We will
Okay.
break down the full Tommy Lloyd, Jerome Chang matchup later on.
Check it out, Jerome Chang. Whatever. Anyways, all right. For Jason Scheer, for Cody James Martin, we have we got some cool news coming up. We got Brielle Scheer coming on. She's going to be our Wildcats women's basketball correspondent, and we're working on a nice little thing to cover some of the other sports that I don't really watch or care about outside of U of A baseball. So on that note, though, somebody do my job for me. On that note, though. For Jason Nell Scheer, what is your middle name?
Matthew.
Matthew. I thought it was like Hezekiah or something. All right. For Jason Matthew Scheer, I am merely Michael Aaron Luke. For Cody James Martin, we will be back on the post-game show, TTFN Hezekiah. We will be back with you. You're listening to the AZ12 podcast.